Ahoj, ahoj, já jsem Nomoos a dneska tady máme Jošta. Já už jsem myslel, že Jan z Lichtenštejna. Já už jsem myslel, že nám to tady jako skončí, ale bohužel to vypadá, nebo bohudí.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch
Dávej
out.
pozor.
These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention
Přesně
that
tak.
Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, be happy.
You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
Oh hej. Tak jo.
Don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very
Dobře.
well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll
Na
find it
trosky
quite an
pojedeme, jo? Hej, trosky by byly super, kdyby udělali
It's 3
trosky.
days ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
Jo.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now.
A
Emperor
Karel
Charles brought this
dovedl
land
na
to
výsluní.
prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons.
Jeho synové
but by
Sigmund
different
a
mothers.
Václav.
Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years. And now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs,
Aha.
since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
Who is he really?
The cousin of King Wenceslas? He's the
Markravě
Margrave of
Moravský.
Moravia. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him. But he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas.
Znal jsi ho?
You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no
Skvělý kumpán, když s ním někdy vyrazíš kalit, ale
He certainly makes a great hunting and
jinak
drinking companion.
asi na pet.
But he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it, you can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months.
Špatný pravoplatný
Better a
král.
bad but legitimate king than a bloody...
Dobré, no. Ne, kdo je panská jednota?
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family
Rakouský
with
rod
estates in
majetky v
Austria
Rakousku
and
a na
Moravia.
Moravě.
Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
Rupert of the Palatinate. That's a name I hadn't heard before
Já
today.
ne, kámo.
Rupert is the Prince Elector of the Palatinate.
What's a Prince Elector?
The Prince Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman
Může volit
Empire
krále.
who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when
Část
he went to
šlechty ho
Rome to be
uznává,
crowned
aha.
emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without success. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, and now he switched allegiance.
Aha.
Who is
A kde je
this
Prokop?
Prokop that you...
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin, he and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while.
Zradili Václava, přidali se na stranu Ruperta Falckého a teď Prokopaze a Zigmund, protože poté, co se zavázal proti němu, Prokop začal organizovat spolu.
And Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will.
The League of
Co je
Lords
panská
and that
jednota teda?
Berghof we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
Kde je Bergov,
The
kámo?
lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghof, Heinrich of
Vliv
Raditz,
upadá, jo.
they're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility.
Dobře,
They
no.
abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, but now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way. So they may well...
A já nevím ještě nic o
He's the
Zigmundovi.
king's younger brother and king of Hungary. in
Je
his
král
own right.
mladší bratr sám v
7
Králových
years
hrách.
ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French. Sigismund, not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian.
Sám byl vězněn
They
uherskou šlechtou.
dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, and now this is how Sigismund repays his brother.
That's about all.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hen.
Komu mám zlomit vás?
So what do you...
Greetings.
We made it.
We failed. That's
Would you kill him?
maybe. Just thinking about it gets my... Goodbye.
So what do you think of it all, Sir Divish?
Damn!
Hej Bernarde, to je tak škoda, že se s tebou jako loučím. Ještě bych se od tebe chtěl naučit obranu. Ty na to.
I'm interested in.
All right. Now...
No paráda, umíme lepší obranu.
From what I've heard about him, I wouldn't trust him if he told me rain was wet.
I feel the same. It's never wise to trust a man who's turned his coat more than once.
Exactly. And I don't buy that business.
Tak si vezmu od Ješta dopis. Už ho určitě rozmolili.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No
Thank
one
you.
could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest.
No, schválně.
Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where
No, Mum.
Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
No,
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle.
Ha ha ha.
We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Good speed. OK. Nevyzvedli jsme odušte. Hlavní příběh, pokud chceš stále plnit vedlejší questy, můžeš se věnovat světovém hru, můžeš kdykoliv ukončit tím, že se připojíš k družině pana ptáčka. Aha.
Come now, Al. My men are mustered in the courtyard. We can get going.
Super. Ještě to trošku popáčíme a bude. No. Buď to můžeme ukončit, anebo můžeme dělat vedlejšáky. Ale asi to tak necháme a prostě tuhle sérii ukončíme, no. Ještě si zacestujeme kousek tady jako do toho, zkusit. Uložit si to jenom, abych prostě když tak mohl navázat, kdyby náhodou. Vedlejšáky, prosím, budeš to někdy natáčet? Hej, budu natáčet někdy vedlejšáky, dotočím to respektive někdy. Někdy bokem. Akorát teďka právě to jdu jako uložit, abych ty vedlejšáky mohl z nějakého způsobu načíst, aniž bych prodělával celý to obléhání znovu, protože jsem si nemyslím, že tam ty vedlejšáky se nějak jako splní. Teda vedlejšáky, že se splní nějaký jako ty části těch, že se to uložilo. Tak. A teďka akorát prostě nahrajem tady ty finální část. Ať tady to, ať tady. Tak a půjdeme prostě do toho velkého finále, no. Good to my friend, have a nice day. Yeah, thanks Pablo. Bye. Pa, 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 pa. Přidávám se k ptákově družině. Hej, pane ptáku, kde pak jste? Tady jste. Ahoj.
Of course.
So, to horse. The Lord of Burgov is bound to be waiting as eagerly. Are you...
Pane ptáčku, jedeme.
So, how is life as a highborn bastard?
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodsey? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a black...
Jasně.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
No. Přesně tak, aby ti nenatrhl prdel.
What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again. But now it looks a lot more complicated.
Jo, je to docela asi komplexní,
I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggar's belief.
No jo. Hádej se jak fagani.
Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better, believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trust in your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
No, paráda. Kde se fláká zbytek družiny, jako?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact.
He
didn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him, mind.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Tak co ještě?
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Jobst.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel.
No.
And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
No. Jo, trosky jsou super, no. Jinak víte, proč se to jmenuje trosky? Protože jakmile na to útočíte, tak nezůstane nic, jenom trosky po vás.
Men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the Lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back at their old tricks.
No jo. Kluci, jedete, nebo ne? Kam jedem, co? Rovně? Tyjo, kdyby běžel vedle vás pěšky, tak jsem rychlejší. Kluci, vy jste hrozně pomalí. Už vypadá, že obnovili stáje, vyhořelý, aspoň trochu. Tam jsou nějaký koně. No. Tak jako bychom mohli odjíždět z mapy, ne? No, paráda. Tady v této části mapy jsem ještě nebyl. Ale je to tady takové jako víc wild, no. Wild West. Zvířátko? Žádné zvířátko? Žádná zmíka třeba tady? Pěkně pojez. Tak co, pane ptáčku?
Can we go? Are you ready for this?
Of course. At last I'll get to see...
Quite.
Hey, achievement konec.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather
Zachraňovat královského chmilku.
my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Dobře. A konec. Konec filma. Jinak mějte se, smějte se, nezapomeňte dát subscribe, like, odběr, follow, Twitch, Rage Witch a my jdeme pryč.